guys, what's up? I'm here with my dumbass fucking friends. With
Myra.
I don't need an introduction. Nah, it's
Dang. Albert.
And today we are just hanging out here. We're drinking some beer. We're having mixed drinks. There's no tequila shots today, so sad.
No more
Messing up the rotation.
Sad, but no tequila.
But we are having Alvarado beer. They are closing down for a while, so we have to go get some. Shout out to them.
Yes.
Coronavirus.
It's just, yeah, so
shutdowns.
let's just get into it. So we're talking about coronavirus, right?
Fuck it. I guess we'll get into it. How you guys been dealing with it? What's different? What's going on? What do you guys think now? Or is it still the same?
The hype is real.
Is the hype real?
Now I'm wishing I would have looked like a stockpiler. Now I don't care. Now I'm like, damn it. Should have got those.
But hold on. I'm still gonna shut that.
real?
No. I'm still gonna shut down the whole stockpiling. I'm still gonna shut down. I'm still gonna talk shit about all that because I mean you can still go and buy food right now. Like
no, yeah,
like
you
they
You
would have.
can't buy eggs though. You cannot buy eggs.
I have
There
a whole
is
fucking
no
carton
egg.
of eggs. I have like 2 little tapaderas. No, I have 5 tapaderas, whatever they're called.
So you're the reason why
like
there's no eggs.
No, I mean we have a plug, bro. That's like the whole.
By the box.
They're like the dozen.
We buy by the box.
Oh, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have like a guy that.
I didn't know we
No,
had
like
tapaderas.
we have a guy that honestly delivers the boxes.
Yeah, by the box.
Rich.
No. We've known him.
You have a guy?
No,
Yeah, we grew up.
we grew up with the guy like
Alvarado
that.
guy with eggs.
No.
I have a guy.
I have a guy with eggs.
Okay, guys.
No. Like we grew up having that guy. Like that guy, wherever we lived, that guy he drove a fucking like blue van.
Yeah.
He would always fucking show up and like bring. He was like, "How much you want? How much you want?" And like actually it was cool because back then, well, I mean, I think he probably still does it, but he would like los daba fiado, like.
Damn.
They were like, and we couldn't pay him. He was like, "I pay us next week." It's
So
cool.
for sure we had eggs in the
Yeah,
pantry all the time.
always.
So-
¿Cuántas cartas quieres?
Carteras.
Yeah.
¿Cuántas
Yeah, if you would
carteras?
have said cartera, not tapadera, I wouldn't know what you were talking
Oh, I
about.
mean, I didn't know what they were called again.
But
But
it's
no,
by the box. It's like five
no,
carteras.
but yeah, but
Yeah,
and they're
usually
cheaper.
Like 60 eggs, no?
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, and it's cheaper. Well, he sells us cheaper to us, but I mean,
Wait,
again,
but my question is, are they like cage free, like free?
I don't know.
Because
I do not know. I know he's been supplying us with eggs. That's all I know. And
Under the table and shit.
I don't care.
Well, no, because if it was like from his fucking rancho and he has 1 million chickens, like that's dope.
Well, who
That's
knows?
what I'm
Again, I don't know, but like that's what it. I mean, that's how we get our eggs. Same thing I told you guys. We have a guy that fucking brings us toilet paper. Dude,
I
I told you we have a guy that.
Oh yeah, by the
Our
box.
house is
By
got
the box.
everything.
By the box.
No, you have to have a guy. You have to have a guy. Come on, guys. Dude, like this is the best shit. Oh, anyways.
Anyways.
Anyway, we're considered essential workers.
So if you all need eggs, hit up Albert because he
I
has
have a couple.
he has the plug.
Yeah. Dude, what? I was what? Who are you guys like? Dude, what the? I can't even say
A
nothing.
sicko.
Anyway, we're
Anyways,
all
corona-
essential
so
workers.
the
Oh,
I mean, I
I'm
don't
an
know.
essential worker.
I guess. So
Oh,
am
so you
I.
still working?
Yeah.
I'm still working.
I'm so worried. I think the only one that's not working is Steven.
You're not working?
Not
Well,
essential.
Well, I guess I'm not.
Not important.
I guess I'm not,
Not important.
important enough. But
Contributes nothing to
But-
society.
Nothing to society.
I guess. But yeah, this week I went to work on a Monday. I was pumped because I'm getting money.
Getting money.
And then-
Get money.
I'm at work, and 2 hours in comes I guess the production VP or whatever, and lets us know that we have to go
He
home.
tells you, bro, hey, you gotta stop.
Hey, you guys
You
stop,
gotta go.
clean up. You guys have to go home. They're doing this. Start in San Francisco. Our county's affected, so it started there with all the counties.
But you're getting paid.
Oh yeah, I'm getting paid. So,
Oh.
So you're on fucking vacation. You're on vacation.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's a good part because I was like, am I getting paid or do I have to use my sick time? Oh no, you guys are gonna get paid, so
Oh,
we'll figure
shit.
this out. Well, to me that's fine. I mean, I don't have to use my sick time. I don't have to use my sick
I
pay.
mean,
You don't have to panic yet.
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about shit. Then you're fucking on vacation,
Yeah,
basically.
so. But he did say that if they need us because I guess it's kind of essential, right? Work. It's kind of like they do like parts for Air Force and shit like that. So they did say that if they need us back sometime earlier than the 3 weeks, that they are gonna be sending letters, and that's the only way you could like be back at work. If you don't have that letter, well then you can be at work. But.
That's fucking crazy. That's crazy how
And the
now
company.
you can't even go outside.
And the company that I work for is from Japan.
No, hold on. You can go outside. Like, I hate when people say, like, oh, you can't be out walking. No, like, that is still an option. Like, you can walk. You can be out. Like, that.
But you're still not supposed to gather. Like,
No, the gathering.
So right now,
It's 10 people. We're 4. So
But
we're
these
cool.
we're supposed to be 6 feet apart.
Yeah, and we're like
Hey,
regular
right.
like sardines.
Hey, I mean, we're essential because we're entertainment now.
Ours always been entertainment, but
Hey,
clown.
No, wait, hold on. I'm gonna shout out to the people that actually subscribe for some fucking stupid reason, whatever.
It's me, I'm the only subscriber.
No, there's 19 or 20 of you guys. Glad, I guess. Whoever the fuck actually enjoys this, we are glad, we are happy. Come on, say it, guys.
No,
no one.
We're just acting full.
No, that's what we are. We're just people fucking saying whatever the fuck.
We're not
Drinking
We're
when
not-
it's a fucking
we're not
pandemic.
professionals.
We're not intelligent beings.
We're not
just- We're not trying to sound like we're super over the top.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah, we're really not.
We're not. You know, like. Let me say, we're not politically correct. Probably, we're not saying that we're the people that are gonna come for the facts. Yeah, no, fuck. Dang, Mark over there. Dang,
Corona over there.
Dang. Oh shit. Scoot over.
Where's the Lysol?
Where's the Lysol?
Damn
No.
Risking my life here.
Risking my life for you
my
guys.
God.
Risking my life. We're not the people that you're coming for. I mean, I don't even know why you guys are watching, but if you are, again,
Keep watching.
that's what I'm saying. Like, thank you. Keep watching. We're gonna keep on doing this, I guess.
yeah, we're just trying to get through this quarantine. So
And I mean, just talking.
just fuck around with my friends. And
If
shit.
you guys are home, stay active.
And
Whatever it
this
takes.
is our opinions. Like, this is again not facts. This is what we think. This is how we see it.
We might be wrong, right, maybe in between.
We don't care. But anyways, we're gonna jump back into we were talking about coronavirus, and we were talking about what's our update, what's our our views. Have our views changed from like our last pod or last meeting or last?
So it's more serious now. Shit's getting
Now
more
I'm
serious.
scared.
No, it
Before,
is.
for a long time, I was like,
You
not
two were like, nah.
bothered, unbothered. Now I'm like,
Yeah, I think it's pretty serious now.
I'll say that I'm still a little bit. See, but I feel like
Yeah,
I've
ours
al-
stays
I-
indoors.
well, 'cause no one's out. So what am I doing?
No one.
Ours still doesn't have anyone to kick it with.
Ours still trying to shut it down, bro. Like, I'm still trying to shut down Dover's. Dover's closed. So how am I gonna do it?
But I guess-
No. I mean,
Damn.
I understand the seriousness of it, but what I'm saying is, I guess the way I see it, I feel like, again, I understand that it's serious. What I'm saying is, like, I feel like people take it to another level. Like, again, like we said in the last spot, I feel like people make it where it's, what was the word for it? Everybody panicking, everybody, like, like, just acting a fool, everybody's just like...
It's a fucking pandemic. What the fuck
No,
are you
but-
talking
No,
about?
it's
but people make it worse. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, it goes back to this whole like.
It's still
like
it's still media driven.
Yeah.
So all this.
No,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is like it's still like the fact that people are
I'm
out
gonna let
there.
you finish,
But-
but
Let me talk.
Damn.
What I'm saying is like people out. Like at let's say Costco, lining up the lines. Whatever. There's still toilet paper out there. They're still like they're still stocking like.
I went to 4 stores the other day and I did not find a single
Was it
pack
recently?
of toilet paper. This was in the
then
middle.
after you went to Costco,
Because I had, I'm gonna say, there was someone that actually had like a little video of yesterday, like of Costco, and there was water, there was toilet paper. And
Well,
they
see,
were
I didn't go yesterday, but this was maybe Tuesday when I went. went to like 4 different stores.
But people were, basically the point of the video was like you guys were acting all crazy, but like Costco has toilet paper. Yeah, restocked basically, has toilet paper, has waters, and like you could see them, like they were there. So that's what I'm saying, like when people do that, like when people like just fucking flock and like go and like, I don't.
Well, yeah, the whole thing was people were preparing for a shortage of things, right? But the thing is, the shortage was driven by the fact that people were stockpiling. So
yeah, but that's how it happens.
Yeah. No, and I get that. And it is frustrating. Like, however, it is serious. I mean,
no.
And the reason I say that is because, I mean, you know, people in our age group or whatever, we're supposed to be at, like, the least risk, or if we do contract it or get it or whatever you call it, we're supposed to, like, we're good, right? Like,
yeah.
You know, we're in our 20s.
Well, I mean, we're not good, but
we're more,
death rate.
Yeah, it's the lowest. However, there's not enough supplies at hospitals and shit. Like, nurses and doctors are running out of, like, masks, like, essential things. So that's why, you know, on the one hand, I'm kind of like, whatever, like, it's really not that serious. But on the other hand, it kind of is, because people in that profession are struggling.
No, but be honest, I mean, there is people that could die. I mean, we get that. And I'm not downplaying that. I understand that. Again, that is my different change on it. Like, I understand that there's people that are actually dying about it. Like, I understand that there's people that are serious about it, you know, concerned, you know, like, hey, what if I have it and then, like, I come home and my parents get it, you know, my parents are, like, this old, or my parents have this kind of disease, or they have this kind of, like, you know, problem with their system where it's, like, their immune system is weaker. Yeah, like, I understand that. Like, I'm not it's, like, not me saying, like, hey, I'm downplaying that. I'm saying, like, no, that's not going to happen. Sorry. But what I'm saying is, like when we're going out, like, you know, to go buy stuff and all this, what everybody's doing is creating mass, like, hysteria. Like, you know, like, everybody's just, like, out, like, and, like, let's say all you guys are going to Costco to, like, buy supplies and all this thing. Dude, like, okay, look at Costco. Look at how packed that is. You think that's safe? If you guys are talking about safety, you think that's safe?
No.
Any grocery store, any of these places, do you guys think it's safe? You guys are talking about keeping your distance, keeping all that, but those places are fucking packed.
But think about it. Before coronavirus, we were still. I was just telling Steven that we would go to bars, never wipe down the table. Never, like, you know, when we would, like, open our doors, never have to go and, like, wash our hands after. It's like we were exposed to so many fucking disgusting germs, and if it wasn't until now, it's like, oh shit, now we have to do that. Grab a door handle, it's like you have to go wash your hands. Like, sit at a table, have to.
No, because I do think about it more, and I feel like it is because, you know, like, more than anything, like, I feel like people embed that in you now. Like, more people, like, look down on you like, what the fuck, you're not, like, every 10 seconds washing your hands.
And I was already washing my hands frequently, and you can attest to that.
There was times where was like, you're not washing your hands. You're like, I was like, dude, like, I just washed them like 10 minutes ago. What you mean? Like, I have to wash them again? I was like, dude, I just washed them all day. He's like, no, boy, you're getting this, like, wash them. And I was like, dude, like, what the fuck? No, but, like, no, like, I get that, because, like, yeah, but most people think, like, most places are like safe. Most places are, like, cleaned down, you know, whatever. That's what you think when you go to, like, let's say a restaurant. Yeah. They clean.
I mean, that's the expectation.
Yeah, that is the expectation. That's what I'm saying. Like, you go to a restaurant, they're, like, for the most part, they're like, oh, wait, hold on, let me clean down the table, you know. So you think, like, okay, well, they're cleaning it, but you don't think, like, oh, well, how many times have they used that rag?
Yeah.
How many times have they, you know, like...
Yeah, you're over critical about that stuff right now, especially.
Yeah, and I mean, again, not taking anything away from anybody, but yeah, before we didn't think that way. Like, I feel like we took it more.
Yeah,
but I think, again, I mean, I'm gonna go back to my point about the whole stores thing. Like, if you guys are flocking that and, like, so what's the point about it? Like, what's the point if you're flocking a store and, like, that store is packed?
I think people were also so right now we're supposed to be, like, sheltering in place, right?
Yeah.
But there's so many people that are still like working. Like we just talked about it. Like I'm still going to work. We're still going to work.
Yeah,
right?
me, you, Marlene,
but
are still going to work.
But I think people were preparing for a situation like in Italy, maybe.
Yeah,
like, and who knows? Maybe not. Like that's just what I
no,
like
but,
to think.
but in Italy, like
doing.
you're still able to go to those stores if that's all you need.
No,
But
yeah,
you need to
grocery-
specify.
But what you see in the media is that video of everybody locked in their house doing weird ass
the
things,
thing is,
like
but-
singing and playing
No.
tennis over the window.
No, but
Like,
listen, it comes down to how like in Japan and all those countries where they were supposed to get like a big outbreak or whatever.
Mhm.
People take stuff more serious because they've already dealt with it before.
No,
Yeah.
but I get what Myra's saying because she's saying like they thought like they're like okay lockdown like no you could still go and buy your groceries like if no one I'm saying like if no one is out here being crazy like oh shit we need to like get a bunch of this shit whatever it could have been still been normal like you just shop how you normally shop and like
No, but honestly,
no one would have been struggling.
No, listen. But it's not so. It wasn't gonna be normal just because everything you see on the media, social media, it's all about the coronavirus. Every day I wake up and Every day I wake up and I turn on the TV and what is it? The task force briefing the country on this and this and that. So it makes you like, when have they done that for a virus or for a flu? Every single day you have to see something from the government.
Yeah, I agree with Steven.
Listen,
No.
Hold on. So this.
Let me finish.
Listen. So this creates this sense of like, oh my god, this is super serious. Like I'm getting scared, and then fear spreads faster than the actual thing. Like fear drives people to do things that you're not supposed to be doing.
Well, yeah.
Like you could easily just chill the fuck out at your house and wait for the weekend to come along and then go grocery shopping.
Or do it how you have done it
Yeah,
before.
but people think that you have to do it like immediately.
You have to do it. But see, and again, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's what I'm saying. Like, the reason everybody's doing it is because like they're like, well, fuck, everybody else is doing it. They're taking all the shit. Now I don't have any shit, so now I have to go and be there because they're taking everything. If I don't take something, they're gonna take it. So.
I did that with beans. No lie.
But that is the issue. Let's say we're on lockdown. We're all doing this shit. Right now, you can still go and buy groceries.
Yep.
Let's say keep your regular, like grocery buying habit. Whenever you go buy groceries, it would have still been the same.
Well, actually, we went to the store and we got some stuff for to bake some cakes or whatever.
No, but
listen.
They all here baking.
No, hold on, listen.
No,
on,
because there is stuff that people are not taking because they're not essential or whatever.
Hold on, listen. So we went, and then the lady told us, yeah, we're supposed to shut down. It's when that mandatory thing happened where you have to stay at home, shelter in place. And she said, yeah, we're supposed to stay shelter in place, but we're still gonna be open. I mean, there's a lot of people here. I want to go home already. But they don't understand that we're gonna be here tomorrow. They can come and get this stuff tomorrow.
But yeah, but that's
so it's like you don't have
grocery stores are open regardless. Like they're gonna be open. That's what that's what I mean. Hold on, sorry. Let me finish my nice thing. Marty, please come on.
Finish it.
What I'm saying is sorry, Marty.
I'm gonna let you
finish, but hold on. No, but what I'm saying is. Had everybody just kept calm, had gone to the store, and bought how they regularly bought, none of this would happen because there's no need to be fucking waiting at fucking Costco at 4 a.m. No need for that.
No, an hour wait.
No. I've never done it, but go at fucking Costco 4 a.m. There's people waiting in line. For what? For your panic beyond what it is. Okay,
you're
is a
you're
concern.
right. Now,
it is a
but
concern.
the other thing with that, and I understand, and for the most part, I agree with you guys that yes, you can still shop like normal, keep your normal grocery shopping routine, habit, whatever you want to call it. But at the same time, though, it is better to minimize the amount of times that you're out. That's just a proven fact. Because you don't know where you're going to get it. You don't know who has it. If people have been there that have it. Now there's a couple cases in the county or whatever. Before, there wasn't a need for that, and I understand that. But now, moving forward, I think that's
but look at this. Okay, so now, let's say, now people here, there's cases in the county. we're shutting down, whatever. Everybody's gonna flock to it. You think you don't have a worse fucking chance of catching that?
But that's what I'm saying.
Then
I
just a
think
regular amount of flock.
And the logic is you know, we can keep going with this debate forever, but the logic is, oh, I need to go buy all kinds of stuff right now so that I don't have to go for a few weeks. And the logic there is because then I'm going to stay inside, I'm going to stay indoors, and I'm not going to be exposed to it. But you're right, I get what you're saying, where if
It's
you're
only
all
one thing.
there...
It's only one thing. It's only one thing. You think
only one thing what?
It's only a one thing, like, you're out that day, that person happens to have it, you're going to catch it.
No, I get what you're saying,
There-
but
there-
that's the idea.
There's thousands of people at that point trying to get their
That's what I'm
their
saying.
things.
You could debate this issue over and over. Like,
No, and I get it, and I get why people do it, but it's, again, I understand that we all think differently, but it makes no sense in my eyes. I would feel like, again, I haven't done any of that shit where I'm going, like, out there and, like, you know, like, oh, shit, I need to get all this, and, dude, I walk in and, like, what I need today, like, okay.
Shut it down. No, but I do have a question. Who's gonna shut it down more?
Wow.
Rhoda or us?
Dude, Corona's been shutting it down for a
No,
while, dude, so I don't know.
Dude,
All the Coronas shutting it
no,
down.
remember? No,
Us Coronas are known for shutting it down.
as a reminder,
That's
their
a
last
reminder.
name is Corona, so that's where.
No, but
Corona's been shutting it down all the time.
remember that before all this was going on, we were at King's Den.
We were the shut it down crew, bro.
Yeah. Okay. I know.
Right, there we go.
Well, remember what?
So what?
Remember?
What does
Tell us
that?
about
What
your
does this have to do with anything? What does this have to do with anything?
No, but King's Den.
No, wait, what is that? Yeah, what is that?
No,
What happened to
King's
your
Den.
last King's Den experience?
Oh, shit.
So shout out to King's Den. That's
King's Den, we love you.
yes.
But
Corona shut it down. That's what
No,
happened.
Corona almost shut it
Oh,
down.
shit.
Coronavirus.
Corona almost shut it down.
Dude.
So last time, the Corona was shutting it down at King's Den, we had an altercation
The fuck?
where I had to call Myra because Myra is a known feminist. Myra is a known feminist.
But you also called me because you always call me when you're drunk.
Yeah, I always
You
call
called
her.
me like 5 times that night. But anyway,
I call Myra a lot, but whatever.
he rants a lot. It's
I-
Albert's known for the rants.
Hashtag our rant if you guys want to find me.
Hashtag no, dude. Actually, no hashtag. But if you've ever heard any of Albert's rap,
My rants are amazing, guys. My rants are fucking amazing. But anyways, let's go back to the topic. Back to the topic. So, we were last time that we were there
at King's Den.
at King's Den. We had an altercation.
It was not an
No,
altercation.
1 hour. We had another.
Okay. Because the altercation makes it seem like you fought.
Okay, sorry. So,
I mean, there was a situation.
there was a
There
situation.
Yeah.
What would you call it? Situation?
Yeah.
Situation.
Altercation. I mean,
Situation.
Albert stays in situationships, but this was a situation.
So, anyways,
And so, anyways,
my problem with this was,
Don't knock
So
that
that's-
thing down, huh?
bro, I got it. So this is what happened at King's Den.
You're dragging.
Actually, no, wait, I'm going. I'm explaining it. So we were at King's Den. My brother here, Steven, happened to trip and he hit this girl. Like he bumped into her.
and he knocked down a little bit of popcorn on her.
Yeah, he knocked down a little bit of popcorn or whatever. But you know,
That's
like,
really why we love King's Den, by the way.
but yeah, the popcorn. Anyways, but it was nothing serious. You know, like he legitimately,
just-
it was an accident. You know, he tripped. He bumped into her.
But he didn't really bump into her. He just like tripped,
Yeah,
and then
like-
the popcorn landed on her.
Yeah, so it was nothing crazy. So this girl ends up like, you know, like making a fit out of it, like, you know, like kind of making a scene out of it.
Yeah, she's like, oh my
God, she's like, oh my God, what the hell, whatever, like, whatever. To the point where I guess Steven was like, you know, I'm sorry, you know, I didn't mean this, you know, like, you know, is there anything I can make it to, you know,
Is there
better?
anything I can do to make it better?
Like, you know, like,
Yeah.
And I feel like that is, the polite thing to say. Like, it's not like saying like, hey, like, I don't know, like, because someone told me that, hey, can there be anything that you can do to make it better or whatever? Like, I mean, I guess that's.
Well, I don't think those were his exact words. I think he said like, I'm sorry, like,
Can I make it better?
Can I get you? No, he said, can I get you anything?
No.
No, yeah, he did say that. Can I get you
I
anything?
think he said, "Can I make it better?" Anyway, like no, he said, "Can I make?"
All
it
I know is that when Albert called that night, he said that Steven told her that if there was anything that he can do to make it better.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
So he said something. I mean, but I think that
somewhere.
But I think that is polite.
A polite thing to say,
Yeah.
like an instant reflex. Normally, you hear that question and you're like, "No, cool, it's
But-
cool." You
But
understand.
a
that
normal
they're
person would be like, no, it's cool.
That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
worry about it.
Yeah,
Right?
like don't
Right?
worry, like it
You're at a
happens.
bar. You're at a public place. You're drinking like
Doesn't that happen? I mean,
exactly like. Obviously, you don't
No,
set up for
but-
that to happen.
but
But
anyway.
Hold on. But what happened? What
Hey,
happened?
we're gonna need a mallet here, cause order the court.
No. Well, let me finish. Let me finish. Hey,
It's Albert's show.
Okay,
Yeah.
Albert's show.
Hey, we're just a guest here.
Yeah.
We're just a
It's
guest here.
Albert's world.
Really
We're just
good.
setting
Someone
it.
finish it then. Someone finish it. 'Cause I'm
No,
not-
but then I'm sitting across. I'm like literally sitting across Steven talking to that person, right? And then I hear Steven say that, and she said, "Can I get you a drink?" Oh no,
Well,
she
you can
said,
Give me a
"Well,
drink."
you can get me a drink," and I was like, "Oh hell the fuck no! Like what the fuck? Like Steven, you don't have to get anybody a drink." Like,
And that's
what
where
the
I got
fuck?
in.
And that's when shit went sideways. That's when I was
And
like, "What the fuck?"
that's where I was involved and shit went.
And then she was so upset because she was like, "Well, he offered," and it's like, "Well, bitch, a normal person would say, no,
Hey,
it's
I'm
okay.
sorry,
Like,
this
yeah,
happened."
your apology is
No, but here was the bigger issue, at least with me. I'm sorry, I don't know if that was the issue or not. But I told her, hey, I was like, he doesn't have to get you anything. Like he said, how can I make this better? That does not mean, monetary compensation. That does not mean,
Unless you're a hoe or a
No,
puppy.
seriously.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
I told him like, hey, that does not mean that is monetary compensation. That does not mean, like, hey, let me give you money, let me buy you something. I was like, you know what bothered me was, had it been a girl that actually bumped into her, done all this stuff, she would have not have asked her for a drink. She would have not been like, hey, well, oh shit, you bumped into me. Hey, give me a drink.
They would have been, hey sister, you my sister. You
Hey, oh sure, no. Had it been a girl, would have
Hey,
been like,
fam.
no. Had it been a girl, they would have bumped. They would have been like, hey, oh no, there's no problem. I'm sorry, like.
Or
Or they
another
could've-
sweater, like
Yeah.
stupid, like
or
that.
they could have fought. I mean,
No,
Yeah,
they
that's
could've
true.
fought.
That
Who
is a
knows?
possibility.
But it wouldn't have been like, hey, give me a drink. This is gonna make it better. And I told her, hey, you know what? He doesn't have to buy you a drink. Money does not have to be the solution to this. He said he is sorry. He did not mean it. He did not, mean to trip and hit you. Like, that was not his intention. And what bothered me was, like, she was like, oh, now here comes, like, that macho, like, oh, you're pumping out your chest. You're doing... And I was like, no, like, I am here talking to you. Like, I was talking to the other person. I haven't even gotten up. I had not gotten up. I was sitting in my seat. I was like this. I was telling her, hey... No, because that was the truth.
no, but you know what got me?
Because she said, like, oh, you're pumping out your
Like,
chest.
that's you're machismo.
You're machismo. And I was
you know
like,
what
where?
set me off was when the girl was like, I asked you if the other girl, the friend, she was like, I asked you if you knew him, and you said who? Like, and why would you lie?
And I
Why
told her.
would you lie about if you knew him? That's your brother. Why? Who?
No, she said that's your friend.
So context. Apparently, before this happened, one of them asked Albert if he knew Steven, and Albert's response was,
Who?
Well, we always say
that. And
Well, we
that's
always
like,
say
I was
that.
being sarcastic, and I remember you saying, I was being sarcastic.
And I said, that is not my
I
friend.
wasn't there for this.
And I
And then she
said,
was like, well, I don't understand why you would deny knowing him if he was your fucking brother.
no, she said, he's your friend. And I said, you know what?
She said
No,
brother.
she said, your friend. And then I said, you know what? He's not my friend. He's my brother. And I was like, and I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, you're right.
And I was being sarcastic.
And then she's like, well, I don't get it. Like, that's dumb. And I was like, oh,
but see, like, people don't understand our humor. People don't understand our humor. People don't understand how we are. So, like, it's cool.
People will never understand our humor.
People will never understand. But my problem was that...
I'm still getting the hang of it.
Mara's still getting the hang of it, guys. My issue that day was the fact that had it been a girl, she wouldn't ask for a drink. She would have said, hey, sis, whatever. It's cool. It happens. People trip. People...
Or like Marlene said, it could have led to something more.
Or they could have fought. But they would have asked for something that's monetary.
Exactly. And I agree with you.
Hold on. Sorry. But what I told
I'm let you finish.
This episode's gonna we're gonna let you finish. We're gonna let you finish. That's the episode, guys. We're gonna let you finish. But what I told her was like, you know what? Had it been a girl, this wouldn't happen. Like, you wouldn't ask for money. You would have told her, hey, it's cool. Keep it going. It was an accident. Shit happens. Whatever. But since it was a guy, it was like, okay, well, give me a drink. That's gonna fix it. And I asked her, and I mean, you guys were there. I asked her, honestly, will a drink fix this? Like, what was the effect of it? And a drink is gonna fix it. It's gonna make it better. What was it, ice?
No, is there ice?
Yeah, there is ice. My problem was
not a drug, ice.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
My problem was, okay, had it been anybody else, honestly, is it like money gonna fix it? Like, can a person trip and like bump into you and like, oh, now I need money, now I need you to buy me a drink? Is that the solution? Was that what you're looking for?
Sorry, it's because I'm gonna lose the thought. It would have been different if Steven had been like, can I buy you a drink to make up for it?
No.
And I'm not saying that he needed to respond that way. I'm just saying that conversation would have been totally different if that was the
option.
But I think
listen.
No.
This is what it is.
You dropped the drink.
Hold on. This is what it is. If it would have been me, but hold on. If it would have been me bumping into a guy, hey, my bad, G. What's up?
It's
my
good.
Bad.
We
it's
go.
Good. It's all
we
good.
go.
It's good. All right.
But
it's a girl, right? So a girl. Oh my God. So then you make
not every girl.
Listen.
She reacted that way, but
it is like that with every girl.
No. It's not.
For the most part, the girls tend to make a scene, especially when they're drinking. You have to understand. They have this little cat in them that
I'd like to think that would not have been my response if a stranger had bumped into me.
Hold on. Let me.
I would have fought someone. You're right.
I would have said, I would have said it's acceptable if he would have dropped her drink. And then at the point, he didn't. At that point, I would have been like, hey, I'm sorry. I will buy you another drink to make up for the drink that I dropped.
Right.
Yeah,
but he dropped no drink. He did nothing.
He dropped crumbs. He dropped crumbs too. It wasn't even popcorn.
He kind of bumped into her. That was it. That is the problem that is here. Like, okay, had he dropped her beer, hey, I'll buy you another beer. I'm sorry that I dropped the beer. Here it is. What were you drinking? Let's go get it, whatever.
Oh.
But it's not that. It's the fact that you weren't even doing it. You weren't drinking anything. You weren't having anything.
No.
It's just like a little bump. And they're like, oh, now I need a drink.
So dramatic. She was like,
oh my God, I need a drink.
And I was like, okay.
It was not that bad.
It is.
And I called Myra and I was like, you know what? Like, this is why I hate it. Because, like, the fact that I hate it was like, she was saying, like, oh, now you're being all macho. You're pumping out your chest. You're doing. And I was like, dude, I'm not.
Because he called her out for wanting to drink.
Yeah, and I was like, not doing anything. I was like, literally like this, right now, like this. And I was like, and I told her, I was like, I'm not raising your voice. I'm not raising my voice at you. I'm talking to you how I would talk to any other person, male or female. And I'm trying to, be polite about this, but I'm telling you that there's no reason why he needs to buy you a drink because it was an accident. And if you see it any other way, that is you.
But sorry to cut you off. Had Marlene and Albert not been there to kind of like fight for you, would you have bought her a drink?
Yeah.
I would. I would.
Yeah.
I'm telling you because look, at the end of the day, you don't want people to make a scene when you're out there, especially if you're having fun. You get kicked out. There's a scene. It's a girl, so You know, girls always have like the upper hand. If you fucking do something, it's like, oh my god, blah blah. Like now, oh you look like an asshole. There's people there. There's guys with there. Oh he bumped into me, blah blah blah. Now you're in trouble, and in whatever sense you want to call that trouble, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be realistic with these people around.
No. But I mean,
That's sad.
man, probably.
But that's how it works here. That's why.
No, I get it.
That's why there's people that stomp on girls outside a bar, because.
No, but do you realize? No one.
No
Oh
one.
yeah.
No one. No.
yeah.
I'm saying.
Anyways, but really, if it wasn't like Steven wasn't even he
No,
wasn't
he
even
wasn't.
part of the conversation. We were the ones like just like oh shit because we were like in our right
Yeah,
mind.
we
So
were
like
we were
okay.
defending Steven and like.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
Always.
Oh.
But it's not a bad way. I mean, we were defending him because, like, I felt it wasn't
Dude, because
just.
we're committed to him.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my next point.
Oh,
Which brings me to my
Hold
next
on.
point.
I'll be back.
No.
You guys are thinking. I'll be back. You don't need to go.
Okay. So which brings me to my next point. Okay. So, and my answer is yes. Like it is yes, full on yes.
Agree.
She agrees.
90%.
Okay, so here is my question.
It's like
to all of you, even you.
Yeah, you guys can respond, whatever.
So, okay, can you love someone and not be committed to them? My answer is yes.
Wait, before you continue,
Okay, go ahead.
are you defining commitment as a relationship in the sense that...
No.
Okay.
So like I can okay, you and I can be in a relationship, right? But I can love you. I love the fuck out of you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just can't be committed to you, right?
Okay.
Okay. And there's another side where I can be in a relationship with you too. Wait, did I say that before? Okay. But I can be in a relationship with you too, and I can love you, but still not be committed to you. So it works both ways. It works both ways, though. I can be in a relationship with wait.
We're still setting the scenario.
So I can be in a relationship with you and still love the fuck out of you and not be committed to you. And I can also be out of a relationship with you and still have love for you, but still not be committed to you.
Okay. So commitment is just, I guess the thing is, can you love someone but still see
Not
other
be-
people?
No, but
Is
not
that
be
too
committed.
oversimplified?
No,
But
see,
not
like,
be committed to you.
that would be
Okay,
the
so
problem.
here's my.
No. I will tell you the only way that applies.
Don't listen to our.
No, I mean I'm wrong.
No,
Whatever.
but-
I'm wrong.
No, but see, my response to that is like, yeah, I can love someone, and I love someone. Like it's like that's my person. Like that's the person that I love.
That's ownership.
Okay. Damn.
Ownership. Damn.
I love. Damn. Okay, slave. But like I can love. I feel like I can love someone, but doesn't necessarily mean that I can be committed to them, right? That's my take. So yes,
I
answering
agree
my
90% of the time.
I'm
gonna go first before Albert because here's the thing. So my family situation is very complex, to say the least. However, from a very, very early age, I learned that relationships are not perfect. There can be
coronavirus. Sorry, I drank out of the wrong pipe.
That's what happened to me earlier. Anyway, there can be love between two people and still be infidelity. That's one way of defining this commitment, right? This is just one perspective on the scenario. So, I started seeing this at a very, very early age. And I can honestly tell you there are very few relationships that I have come across myself personally where there has been absolutely no infidelity, at least that's known. And it has been very, very few. And for this reason, I kind of early on started developing this idea of open relationships. Obviously, that's not something that I came up with, but just being more open-minded to them. That being said, I've always been okay, why don't you, okay, you guys love each other, but you're always, cheating on each other, or whatever the case may be, why don't you just be in an open relationship? And so that's part of the reason why I say you can have love for someone and not be committed to them. However, the reason I say I only agree 90% of the time is because my thought bubble in my head about this whole like, open relationships are great. It's like I don't know. Like I can, the thought bubble in my head doesn't go past the point of marriage. Like, okay, so what do you do when you get married? Like, do you have an open marriage? Like, that's where I get stuck, and that's why I say I only agree 90%.
I'm gonna let you finish.
No, I'm done.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm done.
Myra's like, fuck you, I'm done.
Okay, let's say you find the person that you love or whatever.
Okay.
Will you be open to them actually being with another person?
No, yes, and here's why.
Why?
Because I want to let you do it rather than you do it behind my back.
Ooh. Are you sure?
I don't
want to know.
No, listen.
I'm gonna finish.
We're gonna fight. No, wait.
You guys are gonna finish.
But I feel like, as he went out, because he's
he's going rational. He's going rationalize.
But I feel like there's, okay, I guess maybe my question is not being interpreted right.
Let me finish.
Maybe. But, no, it's not. Because I feel like, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
So, no, it's not.
It's not that.
But I actually do have another point, which I'll come back to.
I feel like, no, it's not that. It's like, can you still have lust for someone, right? And still not be committed, right? But like, I can fucking be in love with you. No, I can love you. I love you, Albert. Like, I love the fuck out of you, right? I don't need to be in love with you. I can still love you. We don't have to be in a relationship. Wait. We don't have to be in a relationship. We don't have to be in a relationship.
A friendship is a relationship. A friendship is a relationship.
She's not the scenario she's painting.
But I'm saying we don't have to be in a relationship. Like, it's like, okay, or, like, we can, like, whatever. We love each other, but I'm not committed to you. Like, it's like, I love you, I love the fuck out of you, but I will still go and do X, Y, and Z, right? But I love you. I'm just trying
to get my turn to talk, guys.
Alright,
go.
Alright,
let me shut it down.
Let me shut it down
keep going.
No. I'm gonna go with your guys' points. Your point. You never experienced it. How can you tell me that you would be okay with it if you never experienced it?
You're absolutely right.
How
but
can
I'm telling you hypothetically, as this question is being posed, that I would rather be in an open relationship.
But you said you'd rather not know. What if you know?
No, she didn't say that.
No, she said.
I said.
She'd rather not know.
Okay.
She said she'd rather not know.
Random. So when I lived in LA, I was on Tinder for a little bit, and I matched with this guy.
But do you love that person?
No, hear me out. This is what he told me. Let me finish. So he messaged me, right? And meet up, blah blah blah.
Let me find.
But he told me from the get-go.
That's what he said.
Maybe we're better off of this.
What he told me was that he was married, but he was in an open marriage. He was like, so we can be friends, we can hang out.
Wow.
But it will never go past that. So he was like, if you're looking for like love, like this isn't it. He's like, I'm very, very, very much in love with my wife, but we're in an open marriage. And
but my point here was about you. You said you would let them do whatever they're doing, but you don't want to know. Okay, so
no,
if you know,
but okay, I was getting to that. Basically, I did talk to him for a little bit. Eventually, I told him no. I never met up with the guy, but that was one of the things. Because I wanted to know, right? I wanted to know if this guy was fucking lying to me about. Maybe he was just telling me fuck. Just
like she knows, but she doesn't know.
No, maybe he was just telling me because he was gonna fucking have a tan line on his fucking finger, and he was like, right? I wanted to know like whether or not he was in an open marriage or if he was just in a marriage and cheating. So I tried a little bit, and that was one of the things that he told me. He and his wife like agreed upon or whatever. Like they kind of did their own thing, but they didn't tell each other about it. They weren't like, hey babe, like today I fucked this chick, like but
Today I fucked Myra.
Never happened.
Hey, fuck it.
Never met up with the guy. But that's my point. And when he told me about that, that kind of fed more into this idea that I've always had. But you're right, I haven't experienced it, so I can't tell you. Yes, I'd rather be in an open relationship.
I've
because this
experienced
and that. But
No, but that's what I mean. I mean, for me, I mean, if it comes down to like, if I'm with the person and I'm out here,
Yeah,
know,
well, tell us about your situation.
No, well, I mean, that's where we're going. If I'm in a relationship and I feel like I need to search for someone else, it's because that person is not fulfilling. Is not fulfilling.
I'm just gonna.
Be a sexual thing. Be a physical, mental, be a emotional thing. Then yeah, that is very different. Like, because at that point, you should admit that that person is not fulfilling one of those things. Then you're searching for something else. You're searching for something else.
Lust.
I mean, it could be lust. It could be whatever. You're searching for something else. Then at that point, are you really in love? Are you really in love? Because we're gonna go back to what most people say. Like, okay, if you're in love with me, why are you doing this? I mean, and I understand that. I mean, because most people will say that I'm probably the least qualified to talk about this, but if we are looking for someone else, isn't that the purpose? Like, there is something that is missing in your relationship. There is something that that is not being satisfied.
No.
I mean, if we're talking about friendship,
No.
if we're talking about friendship, then that is different because, yes, you could be somewhat loyal to a friend, but at the same time, you are. I mean, you don't have to 100% be loyal to a friend. I mean, and not to talk in a bad way about a friend, but it's different than being in an actual relationship. That is my only problem. Like.
so
Like,
No,
what I'm saying is like, okay, it's
no.
like here, like,
No.
can you be like, what was the question? Can you be,
can
I
you
said,
love
can you
love
love
person?
without
Okay,
commitment?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't
I love Myra. Let's say I love Myra. Myra's one of my best friends.
Yeah.
Okay? But, I mean, I don't tell
Mind
her
you
everything.
guys, it's probably like the first time he's ever said that, so it's on camera.
Dang.
So cool.
No,
Whatever.
but no.
But I-
Hold on, let me finish this. Let me
no.
finish this. That is a relationship. That is my friend.
No.
No, that is a relationship. That is my friend.
Yes, it's
No,
a
but-
relationship, not a
Okay,
romantic
but,
relationship.
but, but,
yeah.
but there is times where I'll talk shit about Myra. I'll be like, nah, fuck Myra. Myra's fucking.
Fuck that
No.
bitch.
Yeah, fuck that.
Most of the time in our group text. But no.
No, hold on.
probably
Let me finish my statement. What I'm saying is like, yes, there is times where you can be like this in a relationship and be like, hey, there's times where I'll talk shit about Myra, and probably Myra has talked shit about me. Cool. Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. All the time. Cool.
All the time.
But what I'm saying is, it takes no strain on the relationship because we are friends. We know each other.
But,
No,
but I don't know that that's the love that we're talking about.
No, but
here's
that
the
is
thing.
love. But
No,
that's what I'm
here's
saying.
the-
Where are we
no,
going?
no,
Where are we
no,
going
no,
with
no,
this?
no, okay.
So then I would
so-
ask you, can you?
No, can you be in a, okay?
Can I
No,
love
I'm
someone and
not
fuck someone else?
asking.
No. Whenever
And
I
you
do.
love two people.
No.
You don't think
No.
it's possible?
Listen.
No.
Okay, you guys are going. You
I
guys,
have, and it's unfair for both.
But you can't love two people.
I
No,
have, and it's unfair for
But
both.
no, but here's the thing.
And it's called
okay,
and it's
but
called
the-
on.
You
But the
can't-
answer is yes.
No,
then,
listen.
Right?
So you're right.
You
So
can't
yes.
love
You
two
love one
people.
person more than the other, so no.
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 But you still
I'll
love
say-
two people.
Oh
we're
my
fine,
God.
Myra. We're right.
All right.
So I don't know where you.
So the point is, you can love someone.
No, you can think like you love two people, but no, there's always gonna be that person.
No,
No,
that-
so
listen.
I mean the point is that
Damn.
I can't
really,
hear what you're
you
saying.
no,
Well,
okay, go.
No, I don't want to talk.
No, go.
What
You guys
No,
finish up.
But
whatever the
really,
fuck you
but
guys are talking about.
really. Okay, so the question was like, can you love somebody? You don't even have to be in love with this person. You can love someone and still be uncommitted. And like,
but
it's
the
like,
way you're posing the question.
This thing is like, okay, listen. I'm gonna have to.
I'm
I'm gonna have to talk to you guys because you
I'm
guys
not gonna
understand
let you guys
this complexity as
It
it's
is a
at its
complex- it
finest.
is a
Hold on,
complex-
listen. Love. What is love? What is love? And what is commitment? What is
But that's
commitment?
what
No,
I'm saying.
listen.
You
No,
have to
listen. Okay,
define
listen.
it.
Okay, listen. People throw love and commitment like it's nothing. Like anybody could do it. Not everybody could do it. Who is committed to you? The people that fucking give up shit so you could be happy. That's commitment. Because okay, I'm gonna give up this shit because I want this person to be happy. All right.
That is
And okay,
commitment.
it is commitment. It is commitment. It is commitment to this finest.
But it's
no
love. But it's
Okay,
love. But
okay,
it's love. But it's
okay.
love.
And
Yeah,
love.
but it's
And no,
love.
what is love?
It's
Okay,
commitment.
listen. And what's love? What's love? Doing the most So so the person that you love could be happy with you because you want to be that person's everything, right? And then when you bring this thing up, like, oh, can you love two people? No, you cannot love two people at once. Why? No, you can't. You cannot.
You
Because
can infatuate with another person.
listen. You cannot love two people at once because what do you love about two people? Is it what or is it less?
I love people.
Do you want to have sex with a person and love the sex,
No.
or do you love the people because they have a full spectrum of things like qualities? Or do you just love this person because this person can make you feel this way?
I think
Whatever.
you can-
The thing is that you cannot love two people because the moment that you do love two people, you're being selfish with yourself. Because once that person tries to do something, you're gonna be like, oh, what? That's mine. Well, what the fuck are you doing? That's mine. You cannot love two people because then you're gonna experience. You're gonna experience yourself like, what do you call it? Like you're gonna be like. Start getting selfish. Like you want all the love, all the attention, jealousy. You cannot love two people. You cannot love two people and not have like experience jealousy.
What I'm saying is, I mean,
the thing is like you cannot love two people. You cannot.
Let's say this. Like, let's say
You can.
No, you can't love two
No,
people.
I
You
think
can't.
I think you can love multiple people at the same time.
You can love, but
You
you
can
can
love
love one person
multiple-
more than another one.
I think you could. Sorry, I
You-
think
you-
you can love multiple people. I don't think that you can be in love.
Yeah.
with multiple
In
people.
love is a whole different.
No, but
topic.
that was what my
Loving.
conversation
No,
was.
no, love isn't.
Loving.
No, that's
I feel like I'm in
No,
love with my
this-
daughter,
this is
and
what
I'm in
I-
love with Julian, and I'm in love with you, and I'm in love with you, and I'm in love
But
with
this-
you. Like,
this-
I
Oh, yeah,
love
that-
you
that-
guys.
that's love, but that's
that's
natural. That's
not-
natural
Yeah,
love.
that's not sure. Hold on.
That-
But this was my conversation when I told you guys. I feel like you can love people. You can love people, but being in love with people is different. Like being in love with people is a whole different sentiment. Cause there's people, like I told you guys, there's people that I love that I'm not with no more. And I told you, and like,
Who?
and I'm sorry if this is something that people don't want to hear or whatever. But there's people that I love that I'm not with no more, whatever. But I don't hate them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the reason this question becomes even more complex than it already is because there are many different ways of defining love. You
Yeah.
can talk about the love that you and I have for each other. You can talk about the love that Marlene has for her kids. You can talk about the love that you guys have experienced in romantic relationships. So that makes it very, very difficult to kind of answer this question. Like, when we originally started, I'm like, well, yeah, you can love someone and not be committed. But once you're talking about being in love, and then it's kind of like, okay, well, where do you draw the line between
but when it comes
loving
to
someone and being in love with someone?
and as a point, this was the question. Like, okay, so
Excuse me.
can I love a person and like talk to different people? And I was like, no, you can't. And when
Dude, that was never the
No,
question.
listen.
hold on.
Never.
And it became one-sided because sorry, I'm not gonna name names or whatever. And I said, well, then tell him he loves her, but he was just interested in other people. That is not a reason for that person to cut that person off. And like, did he reply? Did he say no? That is different. No, because you know that at that point, no. Well, I mean, it becomes. I think it's a self thing more than.
Well, this is a stupid ass subject because
No, it's a self thing. I feel like it's a self thing. It's what can you tolerate? What can you do? How much are you gonna take?
Man, well, the thing, if you talk about being tolerant, like only certain people could be tolerate stuff.
Some people can tolerate some shit.
Yeah,
but
and then
no,
it's like it's not even about that though.
It's
like,
how much advantage is the other person trying to take and be
about
like,
you, like,
oh,
how
this
much-
is love,
how much
this is
is
love.
that?
How can you much trying to love me? Because I've heard it and I've had it.
It's like,
thrown
I've
my-
been there, done that.
Yeah, thrown in my face, and it's like, no. Well, I mean, how much do you love yourself? That is the question. How much do you love yourself? How much are you gonna willing to take? Do you love this person more than you love yourself to put yourself in this position of where you're giving up what you are to please this person? I mean,
Giving up what you are.
Mm.
Whoa.
no,
Okay,
yeah, because I mean,
I guess that brings me up to my next question. Okay? So, we were talking about this. There's some more about No, but we were talking about this.
you need more
No,
vodka or
we were talking about this. So, okay, so here's my
I'm
question.
more-
When a guy or a girl, it could be a girl too, when a guy or a girl slams into your... Wow.
Chug. Sight.
Okay, so when a guy or girl slides into your DMs, does that mean that they just
When does that happen?
You should have waited for Steven
It's
to
a
ask that
who?
question because he was really like.
He'll answer right now. I'll say
Wait,
this.
no, wait, I haven't even answered. So, when a guy or girl slides into your direct message, is
On any platform.
Damn, not even DMs. They're
DMs,
message.
direct
DMs,
messages,
whatever.
DMs, whatever.
Wait, wait.
Does that mean?
Who has slid in there?
Does that mean?
No one. No one.
Absolutely.
No,
no
okay.
one.
Does that mean that they want to fuck? If I was a guy and I slid in your DMs, did that mean that I'm trying to fuck you?
Do I know you? Are
No.
we friends? Do we
No,
follow
we're
each
not
other?
friends. It's just a random
I
person.
think it depends on.
Like I said, like, hey, beautiful.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Yeah,
you're
what-
like,
but
you're
that
like,
is
oh
different.
fuck,
That
like
is
I'm trying to
different.
fuck. Oh shit,
So-
I'm trying to fuck. Fuck
I'll say this because this was my argument with it. It depends.
I don't know. By the way, I go back and forth about it. You could fucking convince me right now.
It depends
but-
because, like, I mean, a person can post something and you can just, like, kind of like, oh shit, like, you know, like,
Okay.
I can, like, you know,
Hold on.
what?
Can we make this a little more specific though? Can we make this?
No, what if a guy is sliding in
No,
your...
hold on, hear me out.
Stop.
Because you're gonna say
Just
that
come
you
in.
responded to girls.
No, okay,
posts.
but
But the thing is not. Oh, when a guy slides into your or someone slides into your DMs
stop.
responding to something you said, that's one thing. But if someone slides into your DMs
obviously,
for no reason, not responding to anything,
obviously,
that's
Myra,
bullshit.
if a person comes in and just says, "Hey, what's up?" I don't know. What do you think?
No,
What do you
wait,
think?
you-
What do you
no,
think?
no,
What do
No,
you
but
think?
really, if a guy was like, hey, beautiful, or like, hey, what are you doing?
Oh,
You're like,
oh, no
blah,
shit,
does
no
that mean,
fucking
does that mean that they're
shit.
trying to fuck you?
No,
Like, it's
fuck-
like they're trying to take you to, like, they're trying to fuck.
No one is gonna
No.
come in a fucking DM and be like, "Hey, beautiful." Hey, no, but what I was
No, but like I'm saying, is that like if a guy tells you, hey, but if it was a girl like said like, hey, hottie,
Yeah.
like does that mean that that girl wanted to smash
yeah,
you?
maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Never had it. Hey, slide in. Slide in.
DMs are open.
DMs are open. Slide in or
DMs
whatever.
are open
But-
back right now.
But
Is it still recording?
yeah. But what?
I don't know. Imagine if
Time
it's
check.
not.
Wow.
How do we know this is still recording?
Still going.
How do you know? Wait, how do you know?
It's
so
going.
Sorry, I have to check if it was
Yeah,
going on.
sorry, we had to check.
No, but what I'm saying,
Trash.
what I'm saying is like, what the fuck? Obviously, if a guy is telling you, "Hey, howdy, hey, babe,
Okay,
hey,
what if
let
he
me
says,
get
hey? What if he doesn't add the beautiful?
What if he says hi?
Hi.
No one is just fucking sliding on a DM and saying
No,
hi.
we
No,
have
no
to
fucking
say that.
reason. No one.
You did
No.
not say that in the beginning.
No,
No,
because-
because in the beginning he was saying
The question
no,
is
'cause I did
different.
change
Oh,
the
wait.
colors.
Shout out.
Ay, verga.
Shout out. Actually, this is shout out to Doña Chela because she brought this from Mexico.
Wait, hold on.
It's
There's a
called-
there's a
La
5
It's
seconds.
called La Joya Tequila Rancho La Joya. It's a reposado hecho en Mexico. So shout out Doña Chela. See, we did say, well, we actually said there was no tequila.
But you're
Right.
gonna swear. No shots, but you're gonna swear.
Albert still has some.
But what?
You can take shots
Anyway.
there.
No
Anyway,
one,
No,
Albert.
she's
Albert,
sweet.
Albert.
Sweet.
no, but
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus. Fuck it.
Hey, it's alcohol. So
Fuck
hey.
The alcohol's
What is
on.
Rub it in your hands so
horrible.
you're good.
This horrible vodka.
No, but going back to the question, guys.
Limonada.
Going back to the question. What was the question?
The question is,
If someone
if I
slides in
slide to
your
your
DMs,
DMs,
Oh no,
am
no.
I trying to fuck?
But when we were talking about this, my problem was like, I mean, you can respond to like
No, because
shit.
Steven said that any guy that is trying
No.
that says, hey, blah blah blah,
Okay, let
starts
me.
a conversation in your DM,
Let
he's
me-
trying to
okay,
fuck.
no.
And I said, whoa, that's not true.
Let me.
And then you said that's not true. And what did you say? That's not true either.
And-
no, I think they are trying to fuck.
No, listen. This is why I'm.
All right, I'm out, guys.
Listen, I'm gonna let Steven go. I'll be back.
Listen.
I'll be back.
So the reason I have that perspective
Cause
No,
Steven's
according to
done
me-
it.
No, I've never done it. And I
Bro,
don't
that's
know.
how you got her.
But
Done it.
listen.
Myra's like,
Well,
"Damn,
I mean,
you heard
the
Myra's?"
fuck? Like, are you guys conspiring against me or what? Something or what the fuck?
But okay, well,
Because it seems that way.
no,
Nah, just kidding. Okay.
wow. Oh, you.
Listen.
No one's conspiring against
No,
Shut the fuck up.
Steven.
Who's conspiring?
Hey, 2 against 1. It's not fair. It's not fair, you know. But listen.
No,
You're
Steven.
not drunk.
Whatever.
No, sorry.
No one. Steven's. Everyone's against
Steven.
him.
All right then. All right.
Whoa.
Hey, Alvaro, you okay?
I died.
Wait, no, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying like my perspective on this is that any guy that hits you up on a private DM, they're not trying to go to the park and walk. They're not.
Well, you don't know that.
I mean, they will.
No.
I
To
might.
get into.
No. Listen,
Yeah.
no. I'm saying this like as in what is this expression or whatever. Like
Sure.
they're not trying to go to the
Yeah.
park and walk. So if any guy hits you up, I mean, if whatever it is that you post, if they can ask you directly on their comment or whatever, then they're trying to see what's up with you. They're trying to see where you're gonna lead them to.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I have a question though.
What?
No, but I'll let you
Okay.
finish.
They're trying to see where you're gonna lead them to, and then it's either you put it to rest and stop it, or you keep it going. And then when you keep it going, you open that gate to where.
It's fun to open it and then close it though.
No. There's no such thing as opening and closing it.
Yeah.
No.
Because you talk to the person and then you stop replying.
No.
You open it and then you close it.
No.
But that wasn't my question. That wasn't my
But the
question.
thing is that everybody, it's like if I was hitting up girls on DMs, it's just to see how fast can I get them to like give me that little entrance. Whether it be
You
like
heard it here first.
whether it be
That little
hey
entrance.
now, whether it be what are you doing, whether it
Hey,
be
let me hit.
you wanna go do this. It's a little opening. It's like a little gate. You open that little gate through.
I'm in the answer my DMs right now.
I will say that
No, hold on,
So it depends. It depends because that I mean I get what he's saying. It is an entrance. It is. I mean I guess to a certain extent. If
Well,
if
that's
that-
the world we live in, though. That's the thing. Everything.
No, because I reply to guys snap or like stories, and that doesn't necessarily mean like fuck. I'm trying to hit or I'm trying to fuck.
And
No,
that's kind of leading to my next question.
That's where I'm going. This is where I'm going. No.
Yeah, I think you're gonna ask it.
No, I'm not asking anything. But what I'm saying is, he might be right. The guy might be trying to go that way. How you respond,
Yeah, that's
how you
what I'm saying.
respond
That's what I'm saying.
is where the conversation is going. Then
Yeah,
after
that's
that,
what I'm saying.
because he could be with those intentions of be like, oh shit, I'm trying to hit.
Well, that's kind of.
That's how
I
I
said
use
it
it.
jokingly, like, oh, it's fun to open that gate and then close it.
That's why
I
there's
was-
no such thing. You
No,
cannot
no,
open the
yeah.
gate and just close it because
No,
you
you
already
can
opened the
always
gate. So
A
they're
guy
not-
says, "Hey, how's it
No.
going? Hey, it's going good. How are you?"
I'm
Don't
great.
respond. Don't
Fuck
reply.
it, shut
Don't
it.
open no gate.
No, but
Because
no,
they
already
no,
should
but no, but no.
You should know.
No, because there are people
Everyone
that
should know.
I should know. you're trying to
But
fuck
what
me.
did I do wrong? I said, "Hey, I'm good. How are you?"
Yeah, that's
He
true.
responds. I don't have to respond.
Okay,
Yeah,
but if you're
right.
if you're
I
in a
could, I've
committed
loved.
if you're in a
Okay.
committed relationship,
Don't
is that
poke him.
if you're in a committed relationship,
But
is
she's
that
not.
a
I'm
single
single.
guy?
though.
She's
But
single.
if you're not,
Like
if you're
no.
not- but if you're in a committed relationship,
I probably wouldn't check it. My fucking.
You'd be
DMs.
like-
I don't even know how to check
you
the
would
ones that
read
you
it and be
follow.
like, okay,
Dude,
fuck
I
it.
have 19 message requests and they're still on red.
But well, this is what I mean. Like,
That-
we're not saying that it's bad or good. What I'm saying is like, okay, let's say you get a message right now, and the person is like, "Hey, how you doing?" Do you need to respond to that?
Oh,
Honestly.
and that doesn't mean that I respond to every single
No,
message.
but
But
and
do you?
not that guys
But-
are sending messages left and right.
But
But when
do
they
you?
do,
Do you need,
sometimes,
no?
For
Okay,
what?
because you're single.
Maybe.
Because you're
what?
single.
yeah.
Okay, do you need to respond to them?
You don't have to.
And if you do, why?
You choose to, right?
No, but see, if you choose to, sometimes I respond.
No,
to messages
because
and I'm
they're
bored.
because there is people.
But it doesn't mean like, oh my god, I'm gonna fuck them.
No, but here's
Building up, maybe. I don't know.
No. That is not thing, Steven, stop.
Dude, the fuck? I'm saying like.
What I'm saying is, okay, I mean, because we're in the age where we can't tell anybody what to do, where we can't do whatever. What I'm saying
I'm
is,
upset that Albert's against us right now.
He's been against us time.
I'm not against you. Like, I'm actually saying, like, no, like, you can actually.
Albert, but have you hit up girls on the DMs and you're trying to fuck them? All of them. All the girls that you have hit up.
No,
DMs.
but see, this is what I'm saying. Hold on, let me explain. Don't interrupt me. There's people that I have responded to their things because they posted something, you know, whatever, blah, blah,
You're
blah.
like something stupid.
No, it might be something blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I give my opinion on it.
Yeah.
That is it. It. There is nothing further than me giving my opinion on what they posted.
But then they change that opinion, right? And then that's when you know they're interested.
No,
So it's
Then
like,
I was like, oh shit, they opened the gateway. Let's do it.
No, it's not. No, because if I'm not interested, one, I'm not gonna do it. If I'm replying, if I'm like messaging you because of what you posted, whatever you did, whatever, cool. If I'm not interested, it's not gonna change anything. Like, I don't care if like.
well, that's what I'm saying. If you're not interested, but if you're interested, that's fine.
Let me finish. I feel like it is from person to person because every person is different. I know that I'm not like every guy because I'm not saying that I'm perfect.
Trash.
I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that, you know, with this, because I know that most guys are like, you know, whatever comes, you know,
I
whatever.
was like, I'm not saying I'm trash,
he's
but
No. Well, what I'm saying is like.
What he's saying is, if he's not attracted to the girl, he can reply, and it's not gonna mean anything, right?
Probably.
Yeah. And that's kind of one of the questions I was gonna ask.
Yeah, it probably. It probably means that. It probably does. And what I'm saying is like, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the special person, but I think I am different in the point that, you know, like, I mean, there could be this person replying to me and trying to like talk to me, and like, I'll be like, dude, like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
This is a perfect opportunity to ask the question that I was gonna ask Steven earlier. Okay, so when a guy messages you for no reason, right, he's trying to fuck. That we've established that, right?
no.
ooh.
I
Well, I ran them.
That's
Okay, well that's what we established. But no.
That's my point.
I ran them. No one. You haven't.
Yes,
posted
I
anything.
ran them. You haven't posted anything. Hey girl,
He
what's
just
up?
DMs.
he's trying to fuck.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's trying to fuck. He's trying to
what's
fuck. He's trying to fuck.
Is it the same if a girl DMs you?
Ooh.
Yeah, I ran them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's the same thing.
No, I was just curious. I wanted to know if it goes both ways in that situation.
hold on. We appreciate those. So like, if you're just randomly throwing
No one.
Again,
If you're just randomly throwing them out.
Yeah, of course. Well, if you haven't noticed, our DMs are open, so he's made it clear. So we're making it even more clear.
Who?
We're letting you know.
Who?
So
I mean, these are topics that
they're controversial,
but no, they're controversial, but they're built upon this fucking social media lifestyle that everybody lives.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, unfortunately, it is part of life now. Like you can't.
it is.
I mean, unless you're one of those people that go like totally minimalist, you're not on social media. You're not okay.
Yeah.
Your reality is very different. You're still on there, whether you use it or not. You're still on there.
But
So
I don't follow it. I don't.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily like fall under the category of being totally off the grid.
I couldn't erase them
everybody
because I
else-
don't have passwords from.
Where's the
For everybody else, like
so
that is your reality. That's the majority
Yeah,
of
it's
people's
true.
reality.
it's true. So thank you so much for tuning in to our
No, we still have a
other
question. No.
The fuck?
That was it.
Well,
for our
that's
other. Okay, thank you so much for
Sorry.
for tuning in to our stupid ass podcast. We still don't know what the fuck we're doing, but we are speaking the truth. So
raw feelings.
thank you
Raw.
Everything raw. Hey, I will
Sex
say.
raw.
No one.
No one.
No one.
If you have questions, if you have anything.
Ask Amber.
Our DMs are open apparently. So
Open DMs.
No. Honestly, if they have questions, topics that they want to talk about, like, fuck it.
Also, if you agree or disagree with
Hey, let us know.
with the situation at King's Den, I
Yes.
don't know. Like
Yeah.
No, anything,
Comments,
with anything, let us know, dude. Like, we're open to all this shit. Like, this is the thing. Like, I wish more people would interact, more people would tell us.
Well, we're just starting, but
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
eventually becomes a fucking...
But thank you so much. We will see you in our next podcast show, episode,
Video.
blah, 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 blah.
I think we have
Thank
more
you so
podcasts.
much. Bye.
We got it.